Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. How are you this morning? All right, just trying to get my stuff together here, everybody. Hello. Hope you're doing well this morning and that there's goodness in your day. It is a beautiful day. It is, in fact, depending on how you do the calendar, today is either the last full day of winter. I think tomorrow or Friday. I quite looked, but we are on our way to spring. And the last full day of winter seems to be giving us a foretaste of the kingdom. It's just beautiful outside. Hey, good morning, Marianne. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying this day, getting some sun in it. The beauty and the power of that cannot be underestimated. So, just as we get ready to go here, just a reminder tonight we have our ecumenical Bible series that will have Doug Stuyvesant will be lecturing on the neighborhood of the wilderness, and we have soup starts in Fellowship Hall at 6 o'clock, worship at 6:45, and then we'll have our program at 7. We're out of here by 8. It's a great way to kind of keep our Lenten practice, and we have 6 different churches participating, so it's always a great place to make a new friend from another church. So uh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Vicky. Good morning to you. Glad you're here. Jane, Terlat is spring. Not quite, but is. Feels like it. It sure feels like it. Great news. Got my surgery date, April 18th. Excellent. That is good news. Oh, this has been such a long journey. I'm so hopeful for you, Vicky. That is fantastic. Karen, good morning to you. Hope you're doing great on this beautiful day. All right, friends, let's get going. Hey, Allison, good morning. You ambushed me there. So, hope everybody's doing great today. That you might find beauty and joy in this day. All right, let's get going. It is the 19th day of March. We are on the last little hours of winter on our way into spring. And welcome at this 11:11. That it is my hope that you, wherever you find yourself and on wherever you are, and at this moment, if you're catching us live or if you're coming in later on, that you know I have said prayers for you today. Anybody who I say prayers for every live stream, that anybody who happens to hear this, or either now or in the future, that God may bless them. And so I want you to know that. I want you to start your day with that, or to start this our time together with this knowledge that that there is a world out there conspiring for your goodness. There is a God out there that loves you and conspiring for you, and that we can invite and call upon Him. So this morning I want to talk about this. We have this little foretaste of spring in this day, and so I wanted to bring you to one of Jesus's lessons from the 6th chapter of Matthew, where he says, he says this one line, which often is, it's often so quoted sometimes that it's considered like a um, almost a trope. But I want to I want us to hold it up and just pause for a minute as we make this transition from spring to winter to consider what he's saying to us, because it's not just a throwaway. It's not just a thing, but it's actually something we're going to bear witness to in these next coming weeks. And that is always present. But the natural world is going to give us a little sermon here, and that I think it does us well. It does our eyes well. It does our heart well. It does our mind well to get ready for it a little bit. And so it's this from the 6th chapter. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all of his glory was not arrayed like one of these. You see, we consider this notion of beauty as kind of something ancillary to the world. We think of it like beauty is a nice to have, not a need to have. And so today I actually propped up, let me move the right way, I actually propped up my peace lily here that I keep in the office that is blossoming right now. which is a joy. I actually got this peace lily. I keep this in the office because it is my lily of the field, and it speaks to me every day, and to remind me about the power and the importance of beauty, and the power and importance of the beauty that is in the created order of things. So hear me that in that God has placed in the created order of things, which not only means like dirt and bushes and plants and flowers, but also means the way in which creation is unfolding. That God's order is, even in the chaos of the world, even in the craziness of how things go, even in the brutality and the cruelty that we can sometimes encounter, even that is encompassed by the beauty and the order that God is bringing into the world. And so we gave these peace lilies out that when we first returned to the sanctuary after COVID. We were off the platform for 11 weeks, and as a seeking to hold the community in heart. In fact, our live stream today is we're tomorrow. I think it's the 20th. I think is the fifth year anniversary of this live stream, if you believe it or not. And so we come to this, but when we returned in May to the sanctuary, we kind of had our Easter celebration then, but we didn't feel like it was right to give Easter lilies because that didn't really work, and so we went to peace lilies. We offered peace lilies, and our celebration of returning to the sanctuary for those who had wanted to do Easter lilies. And so and we also they also came up on All Saints as well, that year we also lifted up peace lilies, so that and I keep mine here in the office with me so that every day it reminds me of the power of the beautiful. And when I say the power of the beautiful, it's not just like, some mascara and makeup, because the power of the beautiful is the created order of things. And we're going to see it. And the way in which that varies, and the way in which that is all encompassing. You see, we think, we think in categories. We think that's beautiful, this isn't beautiful. But what we don't know is what isn't beautiful is on its way to becoming, how it's on its way to becoming beautiful. What we don't know is that even in the things that aren't beautiful, there is the becoming that is present in that. And so here and there's the full variety of creation in that. And we're going to see, like, as I said, we're going to see an example of it over these next few weeks, because what we're going to begin to see is the greening of the world. And there's this couple of weeks that, I hope you notice it, because I notice it every year. There's these couple of the weeks where there are so many different greens. Now, if you're colorblind or you don't get to see that, or you're not wired that way, I'm sorry. I'll try and figure something else out. But there's this way in which, when everything shoots up in early spring, that it's not just green. It's not just, we say, well, it's green, right? The greening of the world. It's just things are starting to grow. It turns green. No, no, no. If you really slow down and pay attention, you begin to see the varieties of green. That there's a particular green in the shoots of a lawn that are not the green in the buds of a dogwood, that are not the greens of an apple tree, that are not the greens of a shrub that is coming, that has been dormant, that is coming to life, and that you'll see 100, 200, 1,000 different shades of green just in these few weeks. Now, okay, so what? Big whoop-de-doo. What does that have to do, with any of it? What I think it reminds us, and what I think it points us towards, is that all of the varieties of the experience of our life, the great ones, the hard ones, the beautiful ones, the heartbreaking ones, all the things in between, all of the varieties that contribute to the beauty of being. If God could make the world any way God chose to make a world in which it is all of these different varietal ways that come into being, that bring forth the beautiful and the heavenly, and that the great reality is that you're one of those, that you, as a child of God, made in the image of God, is one of those magnificent manifestations of the true and the good and the beautiful in the world. Now, are you everything you do true and good and beautiful? I doubt it. I know everything I do isn't true, good, and beautiful. But what we as human beings, what we as God's children have, that is that ability to return to that and tap into it and bring it a little more, to sing our song a little more on key, to sing, to paint our painting a little more beautiful, to bring the beauty and the wisdom and the compassion and the love that only we can give and we can bring, to build the things that only we can build in this world, that all of those, that to be the shade of green that we are meant to be. And yes, that will fluff away in no time at all, just as our seasons will change and we'll see green and not the shades of green. But it's my hope in this season. It's my hope in these days as we get ready to shift the gear from winter to spring, as we begin to see a world transform. Did you know that there is in springtime in the northern hemisphere? Take springtime in the northern hemisphere. The amount of energy that is expended in one day in springtime in the northern hemisphere is more than all ordnance ever expended, all bullets, all bombs, all nuclear devices, all weapons that have ever been fired or ignited in the world ever. That is the power of a God who loves us. That is the power of a reality that doesn't just bring us green, but brings us all the varietals of green. Doesn't just bring us bird, but brings us a couple thousand different kinds of birds. Doesn't just bring us lilies of the field, but brings us beauty that we didn't work for, that we didn't have to spin or toil for, but that simply is, and that invites us to step into it, that invites us to appreciate it, and not just appreciate it, but participate in it. As we, as a part of the family of God, we as God's children are a part of that journey where we can make beauty, where we can bring beauty, where we can be beauty in that special and varietal way that only we can. So friends, as we get ready on this beautiful day, I hope you'll get out and just if you can only take 5 seconds and stick your head out the window and let the sun shine upon it and smell the earth coming alive a little bit and bear witness to this incredible and beautiful world in which you've been placed, and this joy in which you're being called to participate into, and this incredible variety of beauty that God has set before us. And that in all of those varietals, even the harsh ones, even the thorns, even the broken ones, even the heartbreaks, that they are being brought together for the larger beauty and the creation of heaven itself. That's my hope for you today, friends. Peace and grace to all of you. And we'll pick it up tomorrow with just a reminder, I said at the beginning of the podcast of our live stream, I want to remind us again, tonight is our Lenten series, 6 o'clock right here. It is soup and bread and a great program from my friend, Reverend Doug Stuyvesant, on our continued Lenten journey to live in the neighborhood with God. I hope you'll be a part of that too. It starts at 6 right here. Peace and grace to you all, and we'll pick it up tomorrow with another 11:11.